I think the 11th of June.
Yes.
And we are playing our first game on the 12th of June. Special day for us. But the stories are really worrying. Port Alegre, under threat. Cosmos, we've been keeping track of the story for us. What exactly is going on? It's been in and out. It will be ready. It won't be ready. All of that. But it's like 78 days to go. Now the signs are really, really beginning to show that there could be trouble with Port Alegre.
It's so simple. Port Alegre is not ready. And he doesn't have to take the FIFA guys to talk about it. He has to take the mayor of that city to talk about the fact that the Estadio Berrero is not ready. The mayor is Jose Fontanetti. So basically, what is happening is that the temporary structures that need to be installed have not yet been installed, and is really going to be a very difficult one. And they need a vote to make sure that a vote of tax exemption for those private companies to make sure that those
to work so quickly and meet up the deadline.
And they need to get that tax exemption vote today.
Like yesterday.
Like Tuesday. So they need to get it together.
Are these the pictures of what is currently going on in Port Alegre? I think so.
Yeah.
Well, there's still a lot of work to be done.
The fact that Brazil is still 6 hours ahead behind Nigeria.
So
they still have time.
They still probably have time
to reach that vote. Or if they're like Nigeria, where they have midnight meetings.
They need to do this now.
But Tony, the funny thing...
What's the fallback option? If Port Alegre is not ready...
There's no fallback option.
And Nigeria is supposed to play a game here.
Yeah.
We have a game against Argentina.
That's the thing. There's no fallback option. In fact, the mayor came out to say that there's no plan B or plan C or plan Z. That tax exemption vote must be given.
No World Cup games.
The funny thing was that the president of Brazil, President Dilma Rousseff, actually inaugurated that stadium in November. So I do not know what is happening.
I'm wondering exactly what they inaugurated.
So that's the thing. What are they inaugurating? But then what
they're completed stadium.
But what they're saying is that the media facilities and the hospitality areas are just the only areas of those temporary necessary
but unfortunately,
structures.
That's not where the game will be played.
Exactly.
The game is not going to be played in the media tribune. No.
Exactly. But then I feel something can happen. I could remember...
The vote will come through. Everything will fall into place.
I feel something will happen because when you remember the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, Nigeria 2009, less than 5 months to that competition, just two stadiums were ready. Lagos and Abuja was ready, and then before you know it, miracle happened. So maybe Brazil, that miracle could happen.
That's a lot lower in terms of the expectation.
Yes, that's
when you
true.
have the FIFA Senior World Cup today, that's a lot lower.
Let me jump into this discussion because I have a few contacts in Brazil, and many of them have lived in Brazil for almost 20 years, and they'll tell you that if you think Nigerians are the masters of the fire brigade approach,
you have not seen Brazil.
You have not come to Brazil. Brazilians are particularly laid back about many of these things. And so all the problems that they are facing now are just purely of their own making. FIFA needed 8 World Cup stadia minimum. They wanted 12. 4 over the limit. So because they wanted to make it how do I put it? They wanted to have federal character like we do in Nigeria. They had one all the 12 regions of Brazil, which was not necessary.
Everybody get a feel.
Exactly. Many of these were always going to be white elephant projects after the competition itself. Many of these cities do not have a top flight football club. So you wonder what the kind of uses
How do you sustain them after the World Cup?
Exactly. So they've put themselves
South
under
Africa
tremendous
are still
pressure.
grappling with some of those venues that they used for 2020.
Exactly. So they put themselves under tremendous pressure, and everything that they're currently facing is of their own making. But like Cosmo said, there is a possibility where they might work up a Nigeria 99 miracle. They know exactly what they need in order to get it done. That is to pass the tax exemption vote. And in situations like this, everybody toes the party line and the vote is passed seamlessly. But there might be issues. There are still protests in the background about the cost, the spiraling costs, about the protests, about so much.
Let's stay in Brazil. Let's stay in Brazil. Tunde, let me come to you now. This one is not ready, but some other facilities are getting the nod from FIFA. Inspections are going on, and it looks like this time the Amazonia Stadium could just...
they've more or less beat the deadline. The Arena Amazonia Stadium, according to FIFA, will be ready before the competition begins in June. Officially, the stadium is considered to be currently 98.73% complete, and the new date of expected final delivery to FIFA is set for April the 25th. The stadium will host a 3rd test event when 2 local professional football teams play each other on April the 3rd. And the arena is also scheduled to host its first match on the 14th of June when England faces Italy. And the stadium is also scheduled to host 4 matches during the competition. So, but when you have, a pass rate of 98.73%, more or less 100%. So I'm guessing that stadium is ready to go.
And again, you have to understand the fact that the stadium is the 8th stadium in Brazil that has been inaugurated, that is practically ready. But then it says something about the fact that
they've gone over the top to
exactly,
tell us that it will do 12.
Exactly.
And the plans of FIFA have accommodated the 12. And now it will be too difficult to start to chop and change and schedule games.
They're in trouble.
And the funny thing is that Man U doesn't even have a team, doesn't even have a club.
Yes, exactly.
It doesn't even have a club. So they've already gotten 8. So, if Porto Alegre is not
They're
ready,
going to pass that vote. Because
they're going to pass the vote.
As things stand now, they have to start juggling the fixtures and the schedules and travel times, and a lot of things depend on their
It's not possible, really.
But the funny thing
not
that
impossible, but it will...
The complications that it will bring because of teams that have already booked training camps
and all that,
and flights and all of those.
But economically,
it's too huge.
Economically, the money would not be coming to the city of Porto Alegre if they pass that tax exemption vote, because it has to give that advert
They
right.
won't get the tax, of course.
Advert right to the companies and all that.
Yeah, that's the price you have to pay for not getting your facility ready on time for.
But International that plays in that stadium can as well have funded the project.
Very true, because they are one of the biggest teams
Yeah.
in Brazil. Former South American champions, Copa Libertadores winners on a few occasions as well. They refused, to pay for part of the upgrades for reasons best known to them.
Anyway, let's leave all those issues. They are very technical.